Hey there, it's Leslie with LuvINK&Paper, and I thought I would share with you the sunflower card we're going to make. Now it's got a lot of pieces, so when you open your envelope, make sure you have them all. You're going to have a white base. You're going to have a piece of Balmy blue that's already been embossed for you. You're going to have a little white, it's actually half of a label, but that's okay. It comes out of the Ornate layers dies. Okay, yours may have little things that you need to pop out with a paper piercing tool, the end of a paper clip, whatever you've got. Okay, you're gonna have your Saffron flower. You're gonna have a die cut, and it's gonna have a white backing that you're gonna need to take off because I've already attached the adhesive sheets, so this will be a sticker, and so you're going to have that. You're going to have some leaves. You might have 4 little leaves, you might have 1 big leaf and a couple of little leaves. Anyway, you're going to have some leaves. You're going to have a center in early espresso, and you're going to have this funny looking piece. What it is this piece, but all you want is this soft suede circle. So you're just going to take some scissors and just kind of go around. You don't want to make the cuts too super straight, but just kind of follow the edge. Okay, there's also going to be some little holes that you may want to get rid of. Okay, so you're just going to cut those off so that you just have the middle. Okay. There, we're almost there. Yeah, it's kind of a mess. I'll just sweep those on the floor and vacuum them later. Okay. All right. Well, maybe I won't put them on the floor. Maybe I'll sweep them into my hand and put them in this little paper pumpkin trash can that I have. All right, so that piece, and then you have your greeting piece. All right, so some of this can go to the side while we do just a little bit of stamping here. Let me put so the stamp is from Celebrate Sunflowers. And I'm just going to put the case under here. It helps hold that Stamparatus a little bit so that when I go to ink this works better. So I'm going to use my Bumblebee ink pad, which is just a little darker than this Saffron, and it matches. Oh, we've got a little piece of ribbon. Oh, which is another thing I think I forgot. I'll tell you where to put yours. I don't have one, but that's okay. Oh no, ribbon was from another one. Never mind. Forget I said that. So anyway, if you don't happen to have this stamp set, or you don't happen to have a Stamparatus to do it this particular way, no worries. Just put it together and it will look fine. I have one sort of that you can see. It won't line up because it's backwards, but it will look fine without stamping. So if you don't have stamps, don't worry. All right, so what I've done is cut a blank, and then I set up my stamp, stamped it onto my grid paper, lined up my blank here, and then cut some that I want to stamp on. So then I'm just going to fit this in like a puzzle piece. Okay, and and I do this a lot with stamps that I want to get just right, or that it's easier to stamp first, or stamp, that I don't necessarily want to stamp first. So I'm just going to give that a little rub, and now I have my sunflower, okay? And that can wait for class. Now I'm going to take the, I'm going to peel the backing off, and what you'll notice is if you have pieces that are stuck into your die, they may come out when you peel your die cuts. They also might stick because that one doesn't look like I got it cut just right. So we're just gonna take my snips and see if I can get in there a little bit. Oh yeah, it's just a little on the curve here. Yeah, that's all right. I'm gonna not worry about this too much because I'm just gonna make sure that when I put this in that I tuck it, I can tuck it under something or there. That's a little bit better. All right. So let's get a little more of this off. Okay. So I used lots of little pieces on the one that I knew I would be using. Yours should only have a max of 2 or 3 pieces. Okay, it shouldn't have as much. And what you may be seeing is that the little holes and dots and things are coming right out when I peel that backing off. Okay, so hopefully that will happen for yours as well. And if there's more left, you can always poke them out, but it's not going to matter because you're going to put that other piece on top anyway. I find this one curve the easiest to line up. It goes right here. Okay, see how that just fits? And so then the rest of the die will just kind of follow suit right around there. Okay, and I'm having trouble with the stamping and everything. I can't even hardly tell that that's where my boo-boo was. That's okay. Not a problem. Okay, so we don't need Bumblebee anymore, so that can get closed up. All right. So then we're going to have our, well, we've got a little more layering to do on our sunflower here. So I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on this soft suede piece that's going to go around here. Now you can try and get it just right, or you can just let it do its thing. It's not really that big of a deal. Okay, because again, you're going to have this, and then you're going to put, this should actually have a dimensional. And if you have the black dimensionals, that would be a good one because then you won't see the white through. Maybe what I'll do is take a little bit of this side. I usually wait till I've used the dimensionals, but I can use these along the edge and you won't see it quite so much. Or if you have the little baby, the mini dimensionals, those work great too. I think I'm gonna cut this one in half. Yeah, the minis would have come in handy. I'll be putting those in the basket for the folks coming to the studio, that's for sure. There. Okay, I may be coming out from under the camera. I'm doing some filming at the studio, which is nice. So this way your center stands up just a little bit and doesn't try to fit down in there. Okay, then we can I think I'm going to hang on to these leaves for just a second. I am going to put our Balmy blue on the card base. Okay. And that was, I used the Tasteful Textures or something, Textiles or something, embossing folder, just to give it a little something so it wasn't totally flat and boring. Alright, so then that's going to go a little in from the side and lined up with the top edge. Okay, it's just to give it, again, a little something so it's not boring. Now, I'm having to look for that spot, and if I'm having to look for it, it's not that big of a deal. Okay. Oh, you know what I could do? Since I did find it, I could just kind of make it look like it's supposed to be that way. Just take that whole thing and have that whole petal there. Perfect. All right, so this is going to come over here. Okay, so then you're going to have some leaves going this way. You can have a leaf going up here into that empty space. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and pop this whole thing up. So now that I kind of know where these leaves are going, I'm going to just give them a little adhesive and pop them right here. Like that. And this one. Up here. Like that, and then we're going to put some dimensionals on the back of this sunflower. Okay, and yeah, I sometimes go a little crazy. I just don't ever want a card I've sent to show up squashed. So I like to give it some support, and you get an awful lot of dimensionals in your package. So go ahead and use them. And then use the edges. And then let me know when you're out. Alright, let's... Yeah, I like that right there. So we have a little bit of pretty white to balance, and we have directions. Okay, so this is going to be your greeting. We're going to use the Thanks a Bunch. You could also, if you have this one, you could use the Let's Celebrate You. Okay. So I'm going to go pretty close to the left edge and stamp that in early espresso on the crumb cake piece. Okay. Then I'm going to just take this end and do a little angle cut, just so it's not boring. Okay, and we're going to just fit that around to where it feels like it's a good spot. Okay, so I'm trying to fit the petals around and just put that in there, and this one's going to go flat since we've already raised the flower. It would bump into it, so let's just lay this flat. See if I can find that magic spot again. That looks pretty good, and it looks pretty straight, so woohoo. All right, so there you go, a pretty sunflower card for the summertime. Hope you like that one. Thanks, guys.